tackling this today. It will get messier before it gets better. Wow, I feel like the Hulk. Da-da-da! The floor, you can see it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Holly. Thanks for being here. Today is part 2 of a Tidy Space, Tidy Mind series that I'm doing on this channel to get my life in order post-wedding. This is part 2 of Tidy Space, Tidy Mind, and also sort of the first part of our basement makeover. I have big plans for this basement, you guys. I want to spend today doing 2 things. I want to do the declutter of the basement. I have to do that. I literally just spontaneously took a day off work so that I could overhaul my basement from like an organization, declutter. I can't even tell you. It's an overhaul day. So that's the main content of today's video. But in order to kind of get the vision of where we're headed, I thought it would be kind of fun for us to talk about my design inspiration for the basement. My husband, Jonathan, and I have been slowly building this kind of dream design of what we want our basement to be. And it's going to be so cool. It's going to be a collection of cosmetic changes, obviously paint and whatnot, but also some really fun kind of construction-oriented DIYs. We want to completely demo and redo the little kind of peninsula bar down there. We have this other thing that we want to do as like a pseudo coffee table, but not. So anyway, I'm going to kick us off by talking through what our design inspiration is. I'll show you my Pinterest and kind of scroll through some of the ideas and things we want to like pull from. And then once we kind of get the vision, we'll pop downstairs and actually do the real declutter. So if you're here for the declutter and you don't really care about design, then feel free to skip ahead. But if you do, then this one's for you. The first thing you should know is that my upstairs is quite jewel tones feminine. The first thing that you should know is that my upstairs is quite kind of jewel tone feminine. So I have a beautiful mauve wall. We have pops of color everywhere. We have quite a bit of kind of jewel emerald. And so as beautiful as that is, I did want the basement to feel a little bit more masculine. So where upstairs is kind of jewel tone feminine, I really wanted downstairs to feel moody masculine. That's the vision. Those are kind of the words I'm going for, trying to go that route. So with that in mind, here is my Pinterest board of colors I like, kind of ideas I like. Okay, so here is our Pinterest board. A couple of things that really stand out. This is one of the DIYs that we really want to do. Our couch is quite large. We have a U-shaped couch and it actually even has an ottoman that slots in the middle to make one giant square couch. We didn't want to put a coffee table in there because it's already so big, and we like the idea that you kind of just walk right in, walk right out. So anyway, we loved the idea of building all the way around kind of the corner, the L that it's pushed into, having this behind it, because you can put decor on there, you can rest really big like posters or pieces of art against it instead of putting it on the wall, which feels a bit more casual. You can put power into it. So anyway, we love that idea. And that way, if you have drinks or whatever, instead of having to have a coffee table, you can just set them behind. So that's a DIY we are definitely doing. So some other things is you'll notice a theme of colors here. I haven't fully decided what color to use. I want to stay away from a pure navy because we have so much of that like deep blue upstairs that I do want it to feel a little bit different. So I do lean towards something that has a little bit of green or even like a almost black, really dark blue. I like kind of colors like this. This is a really great example actually of the fabrics and kind of the accents I really like. I love the dark leather. I love some of these soft camel chairs. Our ceiling is unfinished downstairs and we've decided to keep it that way. And so this is a great example of what it looks like to have kind of a raw wood ceiling with the dark wall and still have it feel kind of put together. So that I love. I do really like having the open shelving on a bar so you can see the glassware and the kind of alcohol bottles, that sort of thing. So we'll probably stick with that. This is another example of the colors. This is a bit more kind of vintage, then we'd go, but I just like the contrast of the light camel couch with the dark wall, which is kind of the way we're going. So the last thing that is really fun is we have decided that we are going to do this slat work to break up the side of the room that is going to be like really dark paint and the cozy kind of movie corner. So it's going to have our TV, our big couch, kind of all of that. That's going to be dark. That's going to be the colors we were just talking about. And then we want to use these wooden slats to separate, instead of just having a paint line, like separate the dark side from the light side. And then instead of having this sconce, we're going to put our neon sign from our wedding and put that on the wooden slats. So right when you walk through the door from the entrance of the basement, you see that sign, which is just going to be so cool. And then the other side of the room is going to be some sort of lighter color because it is a basement and it's not like a walkout. It doesn't have much light really at all. It has tiny windows at the top, but really not much. So I don't want it to feel too cave-like while still feeling kind of moody. So we'll have the dark corner, and then I do think that the rest of it will be some sort of lighter color, but I have not chosen that yet. So that's going to be a different episode. But then the other half is going to be ping pong table, bar, a little bit more spacious, and that's the half of the room that we're tackling today. So now that you have the vision, let's head downstairs. I'll show you around just a little bit. I'm not even going to apologize for the state because I'm embarrassed by it, and that's literally what we're doing. A bird just flew directly into my window. I hope it's okay. Oh gosh. Anyway, we're fixing it. We're fixing the chaos today, so I will show you and put myself, I will vulnerably show you the state of my basement. And by the end of this video, it's gonna genuinely feel like a whole new basement. I'm so excited. All right, you guys, prepare yourselves. Here is the state of my basement. So you walk through this archway, and to the left is the couch I was telling you about. How gorgeous is this couch? I got it off Facebook Marketplace. I love it so much. So the idea is that this whole side is dark. And then right here is that like wood slatting to separate the dark from the light. And that's where the neon sign would be. And then here's what we're tackling today. Yikes. Like this is truly embarrassing. Like I should be embarrassed by this, and I sort of am. So let me just explain. I got married last month, and this is a collection of obviously wedding gift bags, boxes from things that arrived, wedding decor, things I never used, gifts I haven't put away yet. This is also partially Jonathan's moving in things. So anyway, yikes. We're tackling this today. This is going to be gone. Here's how we're gonna start. This table is going to be a staging table. I know that I have some things that I need to give away, sell, just projects I'm not ready to do yet. And so for now, I feel like it makes sense to use this table, put it in the corner, and have it be a staging table, but out of the way. So I'm gonna work on this first, and then we're gonna tackle this together. Part of me feels like it's really not gonna take that long. Like it looks really bad, but I do think that maybe it's just a lot of big, like boxy things that just need to be collapsed. We're gonna find out. A critical requirement for today, a very large garbage bag, which has already started. Lots of ribbons and things. I'm clearly procrastinating the big stuff because I'm so overwhelmed. So I'm gonna do this side. This is a lot of the things that I had set aside for my wedding that I never ended up using. Some of the fun stuff that's hard for me is the nostalgic stuff. So these are the fabrics of my bridesmaids dresses. This color scheme was so beautiful. And all the dresses were slightly different. Most of the dresses were slightly different, but these colors together were, in my opinion, the perfect pink bridesmaid color scheme that didn't feel like bubblegum or Barbie or like, whoa, pink, while still being really elegant and pink. Like I love pink, but here's my dilemma. I don't really need these, but they are very like tactical memories of the day. No, I don't need them. Sarah, you literally don't need them. You have photos for that. I think because I haven't gotten my wedding photos yet, I still feel a bit attached. So at my bridal shower, my friends that were all there wrote date ideas on these little cards. I will read some to you. Go to the beach, breakfast, picnic, lunch, and have a beach day. Cooking night and recreate the show Chopped with secret ingredients. Homemade pizzas and game night. I'm not gonna read this one out loud. Drive-in movie. Buy a game from a thrift store and play it in the park. That is so fun. Long road with Maria and Austin. Finger paint portraits of each other, or just finger paint each other. Anyway, let's keep going. This was my Easter basket, which has nothing to do with wedding things. These are all of our leftover wedding invite materials. And I have copies, like I have the extra ones to put in our memory box. It just it hurts to give these away or to throw them away. It hurts to throw them away. But like, what am I gonna do with them? This is hard because it hasn't been long enough from the wedding that I feel emotionally detached from it yet. Like, it still feels so like emotional to me. And so it's really hard to part with things that remind me of it because it was such a perfect day. But I have the memories, I have a future video, I have photos we're gonna get, like I have all those things. I don't have to hold on to the physical memories that aren't like important or really special. But it's hard. Did anybody else experience that when they got married? Like, getting rid of some of the things that aren't necessary but just like tie you to that moment. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. There's really only one more spot I can procrastinate before I have to go to the big doozy. And this one's gonna go pretty quick, but I do feel like in order for the space to feel truly fresh, I need to do it. So let's do that, and then we'll move to the major situation. So much better. One final touch that's needed for this reorg is this basket of blankets. It's going over here so that this sweet friend can live over here instead of in that corner doing nothing. So that's good. Okay. Time to bite the bullet. I got myself a treat. As some motivation. Okay. I am gonna put on some music and I'm gonna jam my way through this. So, wish me luck. I'm listening to our rehearsal dinner playlist, which, funny story, we never actually played. Jonathan and I spent so long picking out cute love songs for our rehearsal dinner playlist and then completely forgot to play it. So now it's my like, just like happy jams playlist essentially. I've officially encountered a bin that I'm not ready to process through yet. It's all of our letters. It's a lot of smatterings of things. Like, just lots of little things. So I'm going to make an executive decision that I don't have to go through it right now. We're making a dent, ladies and gentlemen. We're making a dent. Jonathan and I love kids and have an increasing amount of children in our community's circle. And so we're starting to collect these little like kids' toys for when kids come over, but I don't have like a kids' toy bin because we're not parents. So I think I need one, even though we're not parents, just to be able to kind of pull out. So actually, from my bathroom declutter video, I have that big gray kind of felt bin. That could be really good. I'm gonna go get that. I'll be right back. Ta-da! This is going to come in handy later too, because I know that there's other stuff in this pile that is kids things. So that's exciting. Carry on. Just found some money. I think we have 4 of these, so I'm gonna give this away. Decision made. Intermission time, just to give a shout out to, if you have something you're procrastinating and it feels overwhelming to even start, like, we have more time in this video. Just start it now, or give yourself a day where you're just gonna start it, and it's not gonna do, you're probably not gonna finish everything. There is something to be said about why this process is so overwhelming, because it's not just getting through it. It's then having to bring everything to the places they need to go. Like, you're essentially sorting chaos into organized piles of tasks, and then you have to go do all those tasks, which is, in my mind, what can be more overwhelming, because I end up creating more work for myself, but you can't just ignore it forever, which is kind of what I started to do. So here's your time, here's a little bit of push. It feels really good to get through. And honestly, the piles I'm finding, once they're in their smaller piles, don't feel as overwhelming as I expected them to. Like the table behind me, that's full of all the things I want to sell. If anything, now I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of like cash value in this table. If I get to actually sell those things, that's a decent amount of money that I could have in my pocket, you know? So it's more like, oh, that feels more manageable versus just knowing there was stuff that needed to be sold in this big mass. So anyway, I guess just if you're feeling overwhelmed by something you need to organize, just start and see if you start to feel better as you get through it. It will get messier before it gets better. I have to say that. But anyway, you get where I'm going. Okay. As a treat, I'm gonna go make myself a coffee because I like doing that in the middle of projects. And I think I have a late night tonight. So that's probably just a good middle of the day activity anyway. And then I'm gonna sort through this guy. So I'll see you in a couple seconds with a coffee. Okay. New stuff to go through. Let's do it. Last corner. We're so close. Okay, so I can confirm that this stuff is Jonathan's. So I'm not gonna fuss with his stuff. Instead, I'm going to stick it in our other room where the rest of his like boxes are that need to be unpacked. So that's pretty much it. The big problem here is I have wood that needs to be thrown away, but it's huge. So we'll either have to like pull out our saw and cut it, or load it in my truck and bring it to a dump or something. And I wonder if that's the move, because we also have this screen that also needs to be thrown away. And unless we can literally snap it. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Now we're cooking with gas. Wow, I feel like the Hulk. That was so much easier than I expected. I would have done this ages ago if I knew it would fold up that quick. Wow. Cool. Okay, let's do a quick survey of the like final things before I go take 10 minutes and disperse them all and put everything away. And then we're gonna have an empty basement and I can vacuum and set up my Roomba. How exciting! Okay, sweet. Final commentary, this is all the trash, plus those boards. So 1.5-ish bags of trash, plenty of recycling, that thing that I smashed with my own bare hands. And then this stuff needs to go up to my kitchen. This stuff needs to go other places in my general home. And then this little corner, which I'm gonna move away from the entrance, is going to be the only things left of will stay in the basement, but we don't have the right like storage, bookshelves, this needs to go on the wall, etc. But that's it. The rest of this is all gonna be cleared out, which is gonna feel so good. Okay, give me 10 minutes and this basement is going to look different. In 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm sweating, but I'm done. I am so pleased. It feels like a totally different space. I'm gonna vacuum the floors and then I'm gonna open Jonathan's ping pong table because I know that that's gonna mean a lot to him. And then I'm gonna call it a day because that was a lot. It feels so good to have less and to see less. Yeah, wow. Thanks for doing this with me. I find I am so much more productive when I do something for a video, which is one of the reasons why I love these. And watching videos like this, declutter videos, organization videos, etc., make me feel more productive. So it's this cycle of like, I feel productive filming, which I'm sure other people that do this also feel that way. And then I feel productive watching these types of videos. And so it just, productivity swirls in like a really positive way. Anyway, are you ready for the big reveal? I'll stop jammering around. Okay, let me go back into my little nook here. All right, ready? Da 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 da! Look, the floor, you can see it. Oh my gosh, it is so wonderful having so much space now. I'm gonna open up the ping pong table so Jonathan can play with his guy friends tomorrow. He's gonna be absolutely shocked, like so shocked, which makes me really happy too. Anyway, time to vacuum, run some errands, and then head to a bachelorette weekend where I get to just party and have fun and see my friends all weekend. Like, that's the dream. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you've stayed this long, thank you. Again, I have a couple of other decluttering videos. I'll insert the playlist and you can kind of go back and watch if you haven't seen those. I have at least one more video of me redoing my kitchen and reorganizing my kitchen. And then there's always more things to organize, but I for sure have my kitchen left. And that one's really fun because essentially it's a complete changeover of all my old things with all my new things with the wedding. So you'll get to see lots of, I don't know, just little things. So anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, all the nice things. Thanks for being here and I will see you next Sunday. See ya.